Have you ever wondered how people got what they needed before the internet, before giant cargo ships, before even money as we know it? We're so used to one-click shopping and global supply chains that we forget commerce can look completely different. Today, we're going on a journey to explore some of the world's most fascinating and resilient economic systems, hyperlocal trade networks. These aren't just relics of the past. They are thriving, powerful, and in many ways, more sophisticated than you might imagine. They operate in small, tight-knit communities, sometimes spanning just a few villages or a single valley. And the currency they often run on isn't cash, but something far more valuable: trust. Stick around, because what you're about to see will change the way you think about trade forever. Let's start by defining what we mean by hyperlocal. We're not talking about your neighborhood farmer's market, though that's a step in the right direction. We're talking about closed-loop systems, where goods, services, and favors are exchanged almost exclusively within a very small geographic area. These networks are built on generations of personal relationships, shared history, and cultural norms. Formal contracts, rarely needed, digital payments, forget about it. Here, a person's word is their bond, and their reputation is their credit score. This might sound simple, but it creates an incredibly efficient and shock-proof way of life. When a global crisis hits and supply chains break, these communities barely notice. Why? Because everything they need is already right there, circulating among people they know and trust. To really understand this, let's travel to the remote highlands of Papua New Guinea. Here, communities have long practiced something called the cooler ring. This isn't your typical trade of yams for pigs, although that happens too. The cooler ring is a ceremonial exchange network involving thousands of individuals across numerous islands. Men travel long distances by canoe to exchange specific items. Red shell disc necklaces, which travel clockwise, and white shell armbands, which travel counterclockwise. These items have no practical use. You can't eat them or build with them. Their value is purely symbolic. But possessing them, even temporarily, brings great prestige and honor. What's the point? This ceremonial exchange is the social glue that binds these communities together. It builds lifelong partnerships, obligations, and trust. And alongside these symbolic exchanges, a massive amount of practical trade happens. Tools, food, canoes, and knowledge all flow along the cooler routes. The ceremonial act of exchanging shells underpins the entire economic stability of the region. It's a brilliant system where social relationships and economic survival are one and the same. Now, let's head to the Andes Mountains in Peru, where the concept of Ani has governed life for centuries. Ani is a Quechua word that roughly translates to today for you, tomorrow for me. It's a philosophy of reciprocity. If your neighbor helps you harvest your potatoes, you are expected to help them when their roof needs fixing. It's not a direct one-for-one transaction with a price tag. It's a continuous, flowing system of mutual support. A community might come together to build a road or an irrigation canal, with each family contributing labor. No one is paid in cash. The payment is the road itself, and the knowledge that when you need help, the entire community will be there for you. This system allows for huge projects to be completed without any money changing hands, purely on the basis of shared responsibility and mutual benefit. This isn't charity. It's a deeply ingrained economic principle that ensures the well-being and resilience of the entire community. It's a social safety net woven from relationships. So, what's the secret sauce that makes these networks so incredibly efficient? It's trust, but it's more than that. It's what economists call social capital. In a small community, your reputation is everything. If you don't fulfill your end of a bargain, word gets around fast. You might find it hard to get help or trade for what you need in the future. This powerful social pressure ensures that people act honorably. There is no need for expensive legal systems or complex contracts when the entire community is the enforcement mechanism. This drastically reduces what are called transaction costs, the time, money, and effort spent on negotiating, verifying, and enforcing a deal. In our modern world, these costs can be huge. But in a hyperlocal network, they're almost zero. A deal can be sealed with a nod and a handshake because it's backed by a lifetime of shared experiences and mutual dependence. It's a beautiful, self-regulating system. Let's look at another example, this time from the bustling alleyways of a traditional Moroccan souk. While it might look like chaotic commerce to an outsider, underneath, there's a complex web of trust. A spice merchant might give a large order to a leather artisan, with payment to be made only after the artisan has sold his goods. Why? Because their families have traded with each other for generations. The spice merchant knows the artisan is good for it. This informal credit system allows businesses to operate and grow without relying on banks. Information also flows differently. A merchant hears from a cousin who heard from a friend that a particular type of dye is in short supply. They can adjust their stock immediately, long before any official market report is published. This is hyper-efficient, real-time market intelligence, powered entirely by a dense network of personal relationships. It's an economy that runs on whispers and handshakes. But it's not all ancient traditions. These principles are making a comeback in the modern world, especially as people grow more concerned about sustainability and community. Think about time banking. It's a system where people exchange services for time credits. If you spend an hour teaching someone guitar, you earn one time credit. You can then spend that credit to have someone else fix your computer for an hour. 1 hour equals 1 hour, no matter the service. Values everyone's time equally and builds community by encouraging neighbors to help each other. Similarly, local exchange trading systems, or LETs, create a local currency that can only be spent within that community. This keeps wealth circulating locally, supporting small businesses and strengthening the local economy, rather than having it extracted by large, faceless corporations. These modern systems are taking the core ideas of trust and reciprocity from traditional networks and adapting them for the 21st century. So what can we learn from all this? The first lesson is that there's more than one way to run an economy. Our globalized monetized system is just one model, and it has its own vulnerabilities, as we've seen with recent supply chain disruptions. Hyperlocal networks show us the incredible strength of community-based economics. The second lesson is about the true value of trust. We often see it as a soft, emotional concept, but in these systems, trust is a hard economic asset. It's the lubricant that makes the entire machine run smoothly and without friction. It reduces costs, speeds up transactions, and creates a safety net that no amount of money can buy. As we look to the future, facing challenges like climate change and economic instability, there's a growing movement to relocalize our economies. This doesn't mean we have to abandon global trade entirely, but it does mean recognizing the power and resilience that comes from strengthening our own local communities. By supporting local farmers, shopping at independent stores, and even just getting to know our neighbors, we are rebuilding the social capital that these traditional networks thrive on. We are weaving the fabric of a more resilient, more connected, and ultimately more human-centric economy. The Kula Ring, Annie, and the souk aren't just fascinating anthropological case studies. They are living blueprints for a more sustainable and equitable future. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the world of hyperlocal trade. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful technologies are the ancient ones: community, reciprocity, and trust. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more explorations into the hidden systems that shape our world. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you see examples of this in your own community? I'd love to hear about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.